Welcome to Sports Talk.
Hello and welcome. I'm Nick.
And I'm Jackson.
Top Notch Sports. And today we're going to go over to the Denver Broncos free agency frenzy, where we're going to break down what we think the Denver Broncos are going to do this upcoming free agency. Now, look, there's a lot of things that are going on. They got about $46 million. Is that correct, Jackson?
Correct.
And if I'm not mistaken, this team, I love Vic Fangio. I think he's a hell of a coach. I think they had a very good draft last year. I had them ranked the second highest, right behind the New York Jets. Okay, I like Jerry Jeudy. I like KJ Hamler. I like KJ Hamler is a nice solid piece to go with it. You got Cortland Sutton. You got Albert O. You got Noah Fant. Like, just all it together. That offense is pretty solid. They just got to figure out their quarterback situation. I think they're moving on with Melvin Gordon. So the offense is pretty dang good. They also got to work on a little bit on the defense. Look, the team is solid all around. I really feel like on paper, the Denver Broncos should be good, especially with Von Miller coming back. Now, this is what we're going to do. We're going to dive into the free agency first. Then we're going to talk about some of the offseason moves that we expect them to make. And then we're going to talk about what we think that they might do in this upcoming draft. So, Jackson, I'll let you start off this video. What moves do you think that this team is going to make in free agency? Besides, I'm going to say it right now. I'm going to be the number one guy to say it. Probably franchise tagging Justin Simmons. So you probably get Simmons back like that.
Took the words right out of my mouth. So this team, there's losing another guy, like you're saying, I think was a big part of this team's success last season is Shelby Harris. Shelby Harris, I saw him I didn't watch a lot of Broncos games, but the two games I watched of Shelby Harris was against the Chiefs. This dude's all over the field. He's jumping up, batting balls down. He's going after the quarterback. He fits really well in this system, playing that 3-4 defensive end in this Vic Fangio defense. I think Shelby Harris for about maybe $9-10 million deal would be a great fit for this Denver Broncos team. They're also losing another guy, linebacker, in Alexander Johnson. This man has, I think, recorded over 100 tackles over the past 2 seasons. Has been a great player for this Denver Broncos defense, playing a little outside linebacker for him. So I think Alexander Johnson definitely needs to come back on a deal to play linebacker for this team. And another deal, you mentioned them maybe moving on from Melvin Gordon. Well, if that's going to happen, maybe they bring back Phillip Lindsey. All right, he's expected like a 2-year, $16 million deal, something around that range. Phillip Lindsey has been played pretty solid since he came to Denver a couple years ago as an undrafted free agent. He's got 2 1,000-yard seasons under his belt, and I'm pretty sure he missed some time this year, but he would have had, I think he was on pace for having 1,000 yards if he played a whole season. So I think Phillip Lindsey definitely needs to come back for this Denver Broncos team. So those kind of the 3 guys I think they need to focus on re-signing. And I don't know if they have money left after that. But if we dive into just the open market here, if we go to our Denver Broncos salary review video, I'm going to pull a name from that. Cornerback Rashad Breeland. Rashad Breeland, ever since he went to Kansas City, has been pretty solid. He kind of revived his career over there. I think he deserves a nice solid deal for him. So I think he would definitely go help this Denver Broncos secondary, that needs a little help at quarterback.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Look, I'm a big fan. I know I'm a Raiders fan, so you guys are probably like, oh, wow. But listen, I got nothing but respect for the teams in my division. I truly do. This team right here in the Denver Broncos, one thing that you guys have is a solid coach. I really like Vic Fangio. I thought he was one of the best signings as a coach for a while. I'm a big fan of this guy. And number 2, Shelby Harris is a really good player coming from the Raiders a few years ago. He was on the Raiders, and he was pretty solid with us. But Vic Fangio knows how to work people into his system. So if you bring someone in like Breeland, like Jackson just said, he might be a guy that's pretty dang good that he didn't turn into being great. Look, you look at the defense. What do they really need? Maybe a linebacker, depending. I think you're going to bring back Justin Simmons. Definitely cornerbacks. I mean, you guys just got AJ Boye. I thought that was a correct move. We did that in the salary video. You guys officially did that. You guys also need probably a right tackle. So when I look at your guys' team, I say this. Drew Lock is definitely a question mark. But let's just say we'll let him rock and roll one more year, right? Stay in the system. Let's just hope for the best. You need a right tackle, which is loaded. This year's draft is loaded with offensive tackles. So you guys can definitely get one of those in like the middle pick, 2nd round, 3rd round, right around there. The second thing I want to point out to you guys is you guys are going to definitely need probably, if I'm not wrong, a cornerback, like I said before. So maybe you bring someone like Breeland, and maybe you draft a guy like Patrick Surtain in the 1st round. Patrick Surtain could be a really nice fit here, and he could be a lockdown corner for years to come in Vic Fangio's defense. Now, here's another thing I want to mention about this Broncos team. Maybe if you don't go with Patrick Surtain, maybe you go somebody with Micah Parsons, a really good versatile linebacker that can rush, that can play middle linebacker, then watch the quarterback. So you can watch someone like Herbert or you got Derek Carr and Patrick Mahomes. I mean, it's a loaded. This division is loaded with quarterbacks, and you're going to need defensive pieces. If you have a quarterback spy like a Micah Parsons that can play everywhere, come off the edge, learn from Von Miller and Bradley Chubb, but also play the middle linebacker position exceptionally well, that's a solid piece to have for years to come. For years to come. Or you can go with someone like Patrick Surtain. So there's a lot of moves that this Denver Broncos team can do at their pick. What else do you think?
You know what? I like Patrick Surtain. Patrick Surtain, from the little film I've watched on him, he looks like a hell of a player. He can make plays, makes plays on the ball. He lays out. He does everything. All right. He's a great pick at number 9. He'll probably be there for you guys. When I look at this offense, all right, I really like this offense. I think Cortland Sutton, Jerry Jeudy, and KJ Hamler with Noah Fant right there at tight end is one of the better receiving cores in the NFL. The question is it's Drew Lock. All right. Drew Lock, like you've said multiple times, he's got all the potential in the world. And I definitely agree with you on that. The question is his decision making. All right. This man is just out there throwing balls downfield for no apparent reason when he's got checkdowns wide open. It's going to get you 3-4 yards every play. And then you got these phenomenal running backs right next to you. You got Melvin Gordon and then Phillip Lindsey if he comes back. So, I mean, the question is, Drew Lock's just got to make the correct reads. He's got to find the open guy and just launch this. Drew Lock's got a hell of an arm, all right? He can zip it in there like the best of them, man. So, Drew Lock, I think the right move is it's not to move on from this. You got to give the kid one more year, all right? Let him learn. I think I've said this a couple times. You've heard me say it. I think a lot of his struggles was Cortland Sutton. Because if you look at when Drew Lock came in 2019, he played phenomenal. He played, I think he went 5-1 or 4-1 as a starter towards the end of the season. And Cortland Sutton was a big part of that. So I think if you give him, when he has Cortland Sutton back, a full season of Cortland Sutton, I think it's definitely going to help Drew Lock out. So I think the correct move is just give him one more season and let him ride out the season. And if he sucks, you move on from him next year's draft.
Yeah, I'm always a big fan of holding quarterbacks around for a very long time and letting them develop, something that we're not really used to hearing in the NFL nowadays. Denver, I feel like you just got to get Drew Lock smarter. I don't think that he's the smartest critter around, honestly. He really is not the smartest guy. He has all the talent in the world, like I said multiple times. You just need to make those smart decisions. When he checks the ball down, that's when he's doing pretty dang good. That's when he's successful. When he's not always worrying about the deep shot or taking a shot. Just take the 5, 6, 7 yards. Being a coach myself, Jackson, you know what I always preach. Take the 3, 4 yards. Take it. Because you know what, Jackson? I say it time and time again. 3 yards play wins football games, and that's all you need. 3 downs on first down, 2nd and 7, 3 downs on second down, 3rd and 1. No, sorry. Oh, my. 3rd and 4.
Jesus.
Holy crap. 3rd and 4. I'm doing some fast math here. And then you got 3rd and 4. You get another 3 yards. 4th and 1. No, if you didn't pick up another 3 yards, it's a damn first down every single time. 3 yards can win you a football game. So, look, this is just me. You hold on to Drew Lock. You tell him to start checking down more. You got Jerry Jeudy and Cortland Sutton on the outside, and you got KJ Hamler with Noah Fant there too, with Albert O as well. You got to get a right tackle, whether it's someone in the second round. Maybe you go with, there's a bunch of names that you can get in the second round here. Let me just spit off a few for you guys. Let's start with, I don't know. Some of these guys may slip down the board, so we'll have to wait and see. But here are just a few of the offensive tackles that you guys can go for this upcoming draft. Maybe a Samuel Cosme, a Christian Dorisol, a Jalen Mayfield, Alex Leatherwood, Jackson Carman. All of them are possibilities that fall into that second round for you guys to take. On that, not just that, with that also being said, we also got another position that you can attack in the second round, whether it's a middle linebacker, maybe another corner. There's so many needs. But again, we're not even really jumping into free agency here. You guys got over $40 million to spend. We got you guys bringing back Justin Simmons. Let's say he's about 16 to 17, $18 million to bring back. Okay? That still puts you around $30-something million to work with. Who else do you guys want? You guys can take whoever the heck you want in free agency. If they want to go here and if you're willing to pay them the money. You got the money, or you're willing to pay the money. And I think, again, Breeland on a cheap deal, honestly, that would not be too bad. You can get Breeland on a $6.5 million deal for 3 years, and maybe a Shelby Harris for about a $10 million deal. So let's just say you get those 3 guys in here. That's going to cost you about a little bit over $30 million. Those three alone. Jackson, I think you mentioned Alexander Johnson. That's about a $5 million deal. So right now that's about $38 million you spent. You still got another $8 million, $7-8 million to spend. I mean, that could be another solid receiver if you wanted to go that way. I don't know if you really want to go that route. That could be a good corner. I mean, really a decent guy. I mean, Richard Sherman, for crying out loud, I'm not saying here, but Richard Sherman, somebody on his caliber, is only going to be asking for $7-8 million. So what I'm saying is this: $7-8 million is still enough to use. And if you don't want to use it, hey, you roll it over to next year and you let that be spent next year once you figure out what you want to do with your quarterback position. So you got Drew Lock right now. I say you hold on to Lock. A lot of mock drafts have you guys like trading up for Trey Lance or Justin Fields or Zach Wilson. I don't think it's worth it. You rock out with Lock. You build a team first. Once you build that foundation, you build that team. If Drew Lock's not the answer this year, you give him one more year. If he's not the answer, you go and you get one of these other quarterbacks next year's draft. But you don't rush it. You never rush a quarterback pick, because if you do, you fall in very, very big trouble. I mean, look at Philadelphia. You go and you get Jalen Hurts. Now Carson Wentz leaves town. I mean, it's just, you never rush a quarterback pick. Mitch Trubisky, another guy, they rushed him. It's just, you can't do it. Sam Darnold, the Jets draft Sam Darnold, not even close to being ready. Sam Darnold's career may be ruined. I think he deserves another opportunity. So Drew Lock deserves another opportunity on this team. I think that he'll be granted that opportunity, and I think this team can very well succeed. I would not be shocked if the Denver Broncos are making a push to the damn playoffs next year. I think the AFC West is honestly that talented, and I think we are honestly, truthfully, the most talented division in football.
Absolutely.
I'm stepping over the boundaries by saying that. I really don't.
I don't think you are. Nope. No. This Broncos, they're right there, man. They're right there. They got a great receiving core. You got a pretty decent offensive line. You got solid defense. It's just going to come down to the quarterback playing Drew Lock. And I think with the right coaching, I think he can get it done.
Absolutely. Guys, that's all from us. Let us know what you guys think in the comment section. Who will you guys go after? Who do you guys want? Etc. etc. We're going to be here for you guys. A lot more coming your way. We got our scouting analysis, our mock drafts, and so much more. Again, this video was all over the place a little bit, but that's because Jackson has an appointment he must attend now. So we'll figure out what happens. But listen, guys, we got our scouting analysis, a mock draft coming up soon. So be sure to stay tuned. Leave a like, subscribe. Let us know who you guys want in free agency. Let us know who you guys want in the draft this upcoming year. And we're going to have a lot more content on this channel. So be sure to stay tuned, leave a like, and subscribe. We'll see you guys soon. Peace. We are
Built better.
See you guys soon. Peace.